Well, good morning from Portage Bay, and it's day 4 of our little trip here, and we're doing pretty well. The weather is just golden. We've seemed to have gotten that just right. There's a bit of a breeze, but it doesn't look like it's going to be too bad for paddling. And the plan today is to go from here up to Kokoko Bay, or maybe even Kokoko Lake, for camp number 4, and we'll be passing the hub and up through the busiest part of Lake Temagami, but I haven't been in this area since 2007, so I'm looking forward to that. The body's holding together pretty good. I've got this thing when I sleep, especially in the woods. If my arms are bent more than, say, 90 degrees, after a while the circulation cuts off and it's so painful and wakes me up, and it happened about 5 or 6 times last night. So I think I figured it out. But gosh, I was otherwise sleeping just great, so I have to work that through. And it's bothered me in the past, and I've just never been able to put my finger on why. So hopefully that'll work. We'll try that tonight and see if we can get it to go. Anyhow, so we've got to pack things up and have breakfast and make our lunches and all the good things before we head out. And because it's about 20 kilometers, we should be able to manage it in 6 hours or so, plus or minus, without pushing it all, including breaks. So we're not in any crazy hurry to get going. So we're all packed up here at our camp on Portage Bay, and it's about 10:30. We took our time because we've got about 21 to go and maybe a stop or so. So hopefully in 7 hours we're going to be setting our tents up in Kokoko Lake. We'll see how it goes, but right now it's an absolutely beautiful day. Blue sky, minimal breezes, and just can't be happy enough with the weather we're getting. So we'll see you down the lake instead of the trail this time, and I'll show you what we've been up to today. So here we are on day 4, and it's maybe 11 o'clock. Yeah, there we go, 11:06. And it's maybe 21, 22, not humid. It's just gorgeous with just the slightest breeze coming from kind of that way. And I'm paddling up Portage Bay. Frank is back to bed. I think he might be flying his drone. And heading first to the hub so we can, if we can dump our garbage and maybe grab a snack or something, and then we'll be heading up north towards Kokoko Bay today. Just a real privilege to be out here in this wonderful place with the wonderful weather we're having. I just can't say enough about it. It's fantastic. So glad to have you along. Hope you enjoy the trip. See if we can get through here without losing too much paint. That's nice, eh? Even if it's a myth, maybe. Yeah. It's like a big swimming pool. speed. And we made it. Oh, that was a nice little run, eh? More rocks. Let's see. So far, so good today. Kept all our paint. Camping with Frank here at the hub in Temagami, and we're sitting here on the edge on day 4 of our canoe trip. Head up that way later on, and here's our fare today. Life's pretty good. So here's all the boats just left, but here's the boats, and here's our boats. So we just got done eating too many fries and a burger, and that's just great. We're just getting sorted, and we're now be on our way up north. So we're on Lake Temagami in the north end near the entrance to Loon and Spawning Bay. We're heading a little bit northwest off to the entrance to Kokoko Bay and all the way up there to where we're going to camp tonight. What a gorgeous day it's been here, and just taking a little bit of a break and heading up there in a few minutes. This is why we go through winter, folks.
Hello. I really enjoy making these videos and sharing my outdoor experiences with all of you. It would help me a great deal to grow my channel if you would subscribe to my channel, give this video a like, and perhaps tell a friend. Thank you very much.
So here we are in Kokoko Lake, and Frank's just gone ahead to find a campsite. We negotiated the portage. There's actually three of them, and the middle one is the easiest. The outer of the left, the one to the east is really rugged and pretty hard footing, and the one on the right goes on and on and on. So we took the middle one, and it went pretty well. One of the things we've encountered here again is the inaccuracy of the maps, even modern maps that seem to be just copying the mistakes of the past. There are 3 campsites marked for Kokoko Bay and the Upper Bay, and there's none. There's absolutely no sign of any kind of campsite there. And I guess I'm just saying to folks who do this, you know, we got to check. Maybe there was a campsite there in 1945. That doesn't mean it's still there. People depend on this stuff. So anyhow, we're up here in Kokoko Lake, and we know of 2 of them at least that we were able to see from the satellite looked like they were used, and so that's what we're kind of going by. So hopefully within half an hour or so we'll be on terra firma. What a beautiful day today. The weather has just been gold the whole day, with wonderful conditions. A little bit of a breeze blowing in our face, but nothing we couldn't manage. And of course came all the way from Portage Bay up through the main Hall of Temagami, all the way up to the end here of Kokoko Bay, now a lake, an area I hadn't yet to explore. So it's been a really nice day, and of course we had that little treat this afternoon when we went by the hub to have a lunch. So anyhow, we'll report from the campsite, but say it's been you know, a good day, but that's what we're here for, and now looking forward to time in camp. So my first trip to Temagami was in 1979 with this guy when we were 18. Yeah, 18.
Cheers.
Yeah, there you go. And so then, and I didn't know anything about camping, and I starved, and all the rest. And so then we went back.
That's still true, but nevertheless.
I starved less. And then, although today was pretty good. And then the next time I ended up, we took cabins at the end of grade 13, which was for us was 1980. And that time, Frank and a friend said, oh, let's paddle up into Kokoko Bay from basically the hub. And that, to my uneducated mind at the time, was impossible. And I said to him, you're not doing that. That's crazy in a canoe. And here I am today, 45 years later, doing twice that distance in a canoe and calling it fun. So there's evolution for you. And again, like, you know, that's the thing. If you're going to do camping and stuff, so sure, you do your own homework and everything else, but going with Frank made it possible. And we originally used to do it together. You know, I still did my stuff, but ultimately I again began to do double solos. So like I'm down just because for company, but I would do his double solo, so I knew I could trust myself because I'd do a 2 or 3 day trip with him, and he didn't do anything for me. So therefore, which is not uncommon. And so then, you know, I knew I could manage it. So there you go. A little story from the past. Campsite. It's our 4th night, 3rd actual site, and we're going to make a word here at the middle area of Kokoko Lake, and sites are a bit of a premium right now, so thankfully we found this one, and it's going to work out okay. I think it's a little bit more rugged than the ones we've had, but it'll do. A 3 out of 5, I guess. So I'll just do a little tour here. So we got this common area. And then there's basically 2 flat areas that would be reasonable for some kind of a tent and to the sleep level. This one's more uneven, but my tent has a smaller footprint, so I offered this one. And then the sun is a bit bright, of course, here. See if we can find some shade. So Frank has this other site, which is about the same size, but it's flatter. So he's got his set up there. And that's about it. And the rest of the forest here. So we'll be on our way tomorrow back down the bay. Back down the bay and into Spawning Lake for a night there before we then make our escape on day 6.
So for day 4, we started at our campsite on Portage Bay, marked number 1 on the map. We paddled northeast through the Narrows into Cross Bay, and then we exited Cross Bay at point number 2 into Lake Temagami proper. And the water was a little bit rougher there, so we really didn't make much video. We came up through the what is known as the hub, where it's where the end of the Temagami access road is. And at Site 3 was Loon Lodge, where we got our food. And then we paddled northwest, sorry, and got to number 4 at the base of Kokoko Bay. I apologize that the track on this is a light gray color, so you're going to have to kind of stare at it a little bit. But that was the route for the first half of the day. Again, the track is a very light gray. I apologize for the lack of contrast. We pick up the track from the previous map at item number 1 at the bottom, and we followed our way all the way up the very narrow Kokoko Bay, or to the top of it. You marked it number 2. There were supposed to be 2 or 3 campsites there. Couldn't find any of them, but we found 3 portages leading into Kokoko Lake. The center one is the one to take. It's just slightly to the left of the river, and it's a reasonable path. There's a dock even, so it's certainly for canoes, it's more than adequate. And then we followed up and around to item number 3, our camp on Kokoko Lake.